What's going on, people? Welcome to Punchy 7 Works, and today we're going to be having a little chat about Forza Motorsport. Forza Motorsport 8, or as it's officially known, Forza Motorsport. They did that silly thing where they rebranded it. But anyway, topic today, as you probably tell by the title and the thumbnail, is a negative one, and I hate having to do that because I did it for Forza 7 as well. I'm pretty sure the first ever video that I might have made on Forza 7 was giving out about its performance and the kind of PC issues and stuff like that. Which, look, that's not what I'm going to be talking about today. Today is very specifically an issue if you are not someone who strictly wants to be a racer, racing on racetracks with cars that you eventually want to level up and like unlock more things for. I might as well just get into it. So basically, the issue is I'm a drifter in Forza, in the Forza games. I don't like doing, like, I like racing and all that kind of stuff, but if I'm going to be racing, I'm going to put on the VR headset and open up a set of course. I'm playing through the single player mode in this because you basically have to, for the reason that I'll get into in a few minutes. But by and large, I'm a drifter. I like to drift cars. This YouTube channel was started primarily on the Battlefield series, and then I started doing Forza Motorsport 4 content at the time of like will it drift, where it's like I buy a car, I upgrade it, or sorry, I see if it drifts well, completely standard. I upgrade it with some basic parts to give it a bit of extra power, some better suspension and that kind of thing, and then I basically fully upgrade it and tune it to be a full competition spec drift car. And the process for that was very simple. If you had the credits, you buy the car, you buy the parts, you build the car. Very straightforward, makes a lot of sense, right? Well, in the new Forza, they've come up with this car level system, which in theory isn't a problem. Again, if you're into what they're going for, which again is a good idea, which is where you have a car, you stick with it, it becomes like like you develop a relationship and a bond with that car if you want to upgrade it and stuff like that. Like, that's a cool idea. But what about people like me? And I don't mean to be like main character syndrome. I don't literally mean what about me. That's really self-centered and awful. But I mean, what about players like me who don't want to play it that way, who want to just freely, willy-nilly build cars? Basically, the concept is this, right? So I've played for I've done the first Builder Cup series, the first 4 races there, and then I've voluntarily gone into free race thing, created like 10 laps on, not necessarily important, but I did 10 laps on a full circuit, and then it auto changed the circuit to Mugello Short, I want to say, and did 10 laps on that. And after 6 races, basically, so, but again, it's more so the time aspect. Like, each one of these is probably like 5, 10, 15 minute race, depending on the amount of lap, the size of the circuit that you're working on. So as you can see, after all that time spent in the car, and I've spent time drifting it, as you'll see, I've also got another video that I started on where I'm, again, more complimentary to the game in general, talking about the drifting experience and the kind of physics and stuff like that. Oh, what I say, I'm complimentary. You can be the judge. But anyway, the point being that I'm level 22 now. So after all that time, all those races that I've done, again, in the grand scheme of things, if you're someone that puts thousands and thousands of hours into these games, that's not a lot, I'm sure. Like, but again, this is just for this one car. And as it is, I'm level 22 at the moment. And here are my options. So I can do all of fuel and air, but I can only do oil cooling and flywheel. I'm still 1 more level off being able to upgrade camshafts. I'm still 5 levels off being able to do the cams. 3 levels off being able to do the cams. And I'm still, 8 levels off being able to do displacement. All of platform and handling are unlocked. All the tires are unlocked. All the wheels are unlocked, thankfully. Drivetrain is unlocked. Air and appearance is unlocked. But then, engine swap, level 4. So I'm, 18 levels away from being able to do that. Drivetrain swap, level 50. This is the madness. That's such an amount of time invested into one car. Again, that's not for every car. That's not my player level. That's my level for the Ford Mustang GT. Okay, so what happens if I want to just buy a Jaguar and upgrade a Jaguar for Will It Drift, install all the parts for the last section? I get to the situation where I'm in now, where I've had to just stop and make this video, where it's like, okay, do I really want to invest another 2 hours into driving this car like standard, just grinding away laps to get it to level 50? So, like, let's just say it's a 4-wheel drive car, any 4-wheel drive car. Of course, your mind goes blank when you try to think of one, but it's a 4-wheel drive car that's been requested. Say somebody, like the way it used to happen is I'd have people commenting requests in the comments. Say someone requests a 4-wheel drive car. Well, now I'm forced to go and spend 2-3 hours driving a 4-wheel drive car until I can get to level 50 on the thing and unlock the rear wheel drive swap. I don't want to do that. I don't necessarily want to get to level 50 on some random all-wheel drive car that I have no interest in, I wouldn't have any interest in generally. And again, it's the thing of, like, you're taking the choice away. If I want, I'm trying to think of an Audi. Okay, right, thank you. It's like Quattro, Audi, okay. RS6 or something like that. Somebody suggests an RS6. It's like, you know, I like the RS6. I might want to get it to level 50 by myself. But if I want to do it for an episode of Will It Drift, I don't want to be forced to have to spend. Again, I haven't done the exact maths on it, but it's a lot of time that you have to get into to get to level 50. I'm trying to do the maths. I couldn't now without having seen the specific track or the specific amount of time that each race took. But again, to only be level 22 after, say, 6, 7, 8 races, whatever it's been, plus a load of drifting, it's not ideal. Like, that's a bit of a grind. I don't like the forced aspect of the grinding that brings in. And I don't know if I really need to say much else. That's just, I wanted to just give out about that, because it's not a credits issue. As you can see, I've not really gotten that far into the career, and I've already got like 170,000, and that's after buying, I think, a Ford Focus. Yeah, I bought a Ford Focus for one of the other things. Again, same thing, I've driven that for 2 or 3 races now. I'm up to level 12. I got gifted that. I don't know where that one came from though. I don't know where the Civic came from, but anyway, yeah, so even after buying the Ford Focus RS for 70 Gs, I've still got 170 grand in it. So it's not a credits issue. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's an option somewhere. Maybe there's a free, I've had a quick look around. I've looked for like a free sandbox, maybe is a better term for it. Like, I've had a look around for like a sandbox mode where it's just like, yeah, here's all the cars and all the parts unlocked to build with. Because that'd be a great option to have, because that completely solves the issue. If people want to grind and do the career mode thing, that's perfect. But if they don't, they're kind of out of luck. I just don't think that's necessarily fair. Okay, I need to cut this back in here, because while I mentioned the car level aspect of it, the credits issue not being a credit, like the things not being a credits issue, another aspect of that is you don't even buy your upgrades with credits. You buy them with the unfortunately titled CP. You buy them with car points, which is what you get from performance in your cars. You get, like, say you make a bunch of overtakes, you get XP towards your car points overall score. As you finish a race, and depending on your settings and all that kind of stuff like that, you can get extra car points. But again, you buy them and there's a limited amount. So for example, with this car now, the Drive Level 22, I've got 1800 available. I went and tried to fully build the car for the third stage of the video that I'm making, and I don't have enough points to do it. Again, plenty of credits. If these cost the credits amount that they used to cost in the previous games, it would be a non-issue. But like, you're looking at oil and cooling. If I want to get max oil and cooling up to race, you're talking about 100. That leaves me down on, as you can see, the effect that it has on your points up in the top right corner here. That leaves me with basically, like you can see, these cost 25, 50, and 100, and it has that effect. It reflects in the CP. God, just unfortunate. I don't understand how that got past them. Don't ask if you don't know. If you do know, you know. Unfortunately, yeah, it's just an insane system, because again, it's per car. I would have to believe if I was to buy another Mustang and wanted to do that again, I wouldn't be able to transfer the Mustangs, this Mustang's points over. They don't share across the car. As a vague concept, they're individual to each car, each individual specific car. It's just so silly. Like, credits, from what I can tell now, are literally just to buy the car, which I think people have said. I can't remember what it was like in the. I've never played Forza Horizon 5, but I can't remember what it was like in Forza Horizon 4 or Motorsport 7 at this point. What way values worked, but it's very possible that, yeah, obviously the values are reduced, so the actual overall cost of the car up front is down, but you're not spending as much on the parts and stuff like that to upgrade them. But again, it's just like, okay, but like, let me sell cars and let me use the auction house that they took away to sell cars, and let me sell paints and tunes and stuff like that, the way everyone's always done it, and make credits and buy the like, why are you messing with it? Like, why? I don't know, it's just, it rubs me the wrong way, because I feel like it's nefarious. I feel like it's in some way, like, if they had monetization and like microtransactions, which I don't think they do, thankfully. This seems like it seems like they developed the game a couple of years ago with microtransactions, loot boxes and that kind of thing fully built into it, and over the years, with the backlash that loot boxes have gotten and been made illegal in the EU, I think they have been, or in like certain countries, and like with it looking like there's a big push to make them illegal overall, yeah, it's like they just basically said, oh, whipped them out at the last second. But all the systems, as far as the points that you would have previously been able to buy with real money, I guarantee you this is it, 100%. There's no way that's like, when you see something like, because again, CP COD points, it also stands for COD points, you know, that's loot box microtransaction nonsense that Call of Duty pulls off. You can almost guarantee at one point within the last couple of years that these car points were purchasable for real money. Yeah, again, just I needed to add that in, because I started editing the video, turned everything off, turned all the lights off, closed down the game and stuff like that, and then I was like, wait, I forgot to mention that. So just throwing that in here somewhere in the edit. So yeah, just needed to get that off the chest. Yeah, that's about it. Just a quick short little rant there today. Unfortunately, that has to be a negative one, but I literally, in order to make the first video that I wanted to do, which was a first look at the drifting, I have run into this issue, and it's frustrated me enough where, once again, for the second Forza in a row, 6 years apart, I've had to make my first piece of content a negative one. And that disappoints me. Turn 10, you just know how to be good. Just do it. Like, I don't know. Anyway, as I said, you can look forward to that first impressions of the drift in the game coming. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a thumbs up. I would actually genuinely appreciate what people think in the comment section below. Am I whining about a non-issue? Is it like, you know, that's just how it is? Or like, what, like, is this an actual, like, can anybody else see why I think it's an actual issue, sort of thing? So yeah, feel free to leave it down below. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.